We're on day 75 on road to a million. I like how my hair looks right now. I think it looks good. Wearing a hat all day. I don't know. I enjoy it. So, but yeah, today was actually quite interesting. I went to this speaking event. Essentially, not even essentially. That's something that I need to work on, is taking out words that have ly at the end. And I say, oh, essentially. I've been trying to do that as well. But yeah. Essentially, like, I went to this. I'll get to that in a second. I need to say this first. There was this girl that I was talking with, and she devoted herself to the dark side. Who, like, that's just, that boggles my mind. Like, why would you give up the good and pursue the dark? I just don't understand it. The light always wins. Like, the light, you look at any story, you look at anything, the light always shines the brightest. The light, in the darkest of dark, the light shines brighter than anything. And it's just a small little bit of light. It could be pitch black. And if you have that one little minuscule light, it can light the whole room. It can light the whole room. I don't get it. I really don't. The boot camp that was coming to me today was quite interesting. The speaker was good. Learned not to use ly, like I was saying. It was a free boot camp, and then at the end he ended up pitching a course, or a service, I guess I should say, a done for you service for $25,000, and there was about a room of 200 people in there. So I mean, you get maybe 10 people of them buying. That's $250,000 right then and there. I'm always protected. So yeah, like, it's there's no, it's so weird. I'm still going to process this event. I would say I learned quite a bit. Going to be going to the day tomorrow's as well, after I have a podcast with my buddy first thing tomorrow morning. And then ran into two other people as well that I can also get a podcast going with. So I was going to get another one of these mics. I need to order one of those. Probably should do that today. I might do that after I shower. Order another mic, maybe a mixer. I got to see, because I'm wondering if, like, the thing that I have, if I have two mics connected and we use this, if it would be able to pick up the audio on two different waveforms. I wouldn't be able to necessarily control them as much without a mixer, possibly. I'm just trying to keep it as bare bones and simple as I possibly can, not to overwhelm anybody. That's why I like filming a lot of my videos on a GoPros, because it's more visually pleasing, I would say. Yeah. Yeah, it was a good day. Just lots of listen to speakers. I miss going to these events quite a lot. I just find it fun to learn new things from other people, which is always interesting. And I do have to, I guess, be somewhat aware now. And maybe not. No, I mean, I always am aware. There's still going to be, I don't even like saying it, demonic people out there, because I don't think that there are really demonic people. I think people have just kind of been led down the wrong path, and they think that the path that they're on is the right thing to do, when in reality, like, they're just, I don't see it that way. It's just crazy to think. I don't know. It's like, it's crazy. I ended up grabbing lunch with two other guys today. That were also at the expo that I went to. One of them was like an 18-year-old that he had an opportunity to go play football or go to college, and he decided he wasn't going to do any of those, and he was working like a 40-hour job, and he decided to quit and start his own business. The other one was like a personal fitness trainer who ended up finding his wife out in Japan when somebody else like purchased him a plane ticket, and they're getting married, I believe, in a couple of months or something like that, which is absolutely insane and really cool to think about. And then talked with another guy as well too, and I finally was like, yeah, I do anime content. It was terrifying, dude. It was terrifying. But I was like, I need to say this because it's a part of me. And like after I said it, like I was shaking, dude. But saying that in front of a room of entrepreneurs, people that I thought would judge me around that, it was more freeing than I've ever felt. It's kind of crazy. And it was funny because when I went to lunch with those two guys, they thought that I was just trolling. And I was like, no, dude, I think there's a market for it. I do. And that's the crazy thing. Like, Russell Brunson would tell this story, and you guys can probably find one of the videos online of him talking about this. He talks about how he has the ability to, like, look at every single funnel page. And there's some dude that was selling courses around Bigfoot, like hunting for Bigfoot. He was making millions of dollars a year. And I was like, what? Back then, it didn't really click. Now I'm starting to understand this a lot more. Like, actually seeing what everybody else is doing and their types of businesses that they're running and the type of people that they're connecting to is like, there's so much more than I ever even imagined. Like there was fitness. One of them was working with blue collars. The other one, the lady was like trying to get seances. Kind of creepy. Have people devote their lives to Lucifer, which I don't understand why anybody would do that. God is like, just devote yourself to God. Devote yourself to yourself. Have your God within you. Devote to Him. Because God saves you every single day. He'll test you. He's always there for you. He's always there for you. He's always in you, too, which is the great part. And then, yeah, there was other people that, like, they did plumbing. There was a girl that did plumbing, which typically, like, you don't see women that do plumbing. There's another girl that was trying to do a not-for-profit, and then there was a lot of conversations around not-for-profit. Like, today was just an overall fantastic day. I needed this day. I did. Because it's opened my eyes. It's like, okay, as long as I narrow down my exact target audience and I know the exact type of person that I'm helping, like I can run the paid ads or I can get on to other people's stages, platforms, podcasts. Like these words, they're all interchangeable. And sometimes, and the girl that I was first talking to this morning, I was telling her, I was like, I feel like everything's the same. And to a certain extent, everything is the same. Like, I mean, everything is the same. It's just we use different words because some words will resonate more with, like, you watching this right now, whereas you might be watching somebody else as well, and that word might resonate more with them. So that's why words are so powerful. Because the same word, we can look at it from, like, the God, universe, consciousness. Like, those are three big ones. And then we could also look at it as, like, you want to lose weight, you want to get slim, you want to have a six-pack, you want to lose your body, like, you want to have 6% body fat, you want to lower your calories per day. Like, these are all different words and phrases that one can use to sell a product. That's why words are so powerful, and that's how, I guess you can, something I didn't understand, that's how I can shift the product, the idea, and do something almost the same, well, have the same service that I'm providing. It's just have a different name for it. And that's why when I was at this convention today, I was trying to think of the times and, like, from Alex Hormozi's course, I was like, okay, so this is where they're doing, like, the effort and sacrifice, and they're decreasing that, so they're doing everything for you, so it's a done-for-you solution. And then it's like, okay, we'll get you up and running within a month, so there's the time delay and the time frame. And then it was like the dream outcome was, it's like, okay, you want to have X amount of new clients. Like, you get on somebody else's stage or somebody else's podcast or somebody else's YouTube video. How many out of their viewers are going to want to come over and see you yourself? And that was something that I never understood, and that's why the guys that I went to lunch with, and I know I probably should slow this down, the guys that I went to lunch with, I told him, I was like, yeah, I just always believed that everybody wanted to make like gobs of money. And I didn't say gobs. I was like, I always just thought that everybody knew these types of things. They're like, no, nobody does. Like the guy that was 18, he's like, yeah, I'm worried about kids like graduating from high school. I don't know what they're going to do. And I was like, true. So that's the shift that I've been coming to, is like, I can just give people one stepping stone, or just like give them every, like, that something that we learned today was and I've done this, I give too much sometimes. It's better to just give a little bit. Like, I think I referenced this in day 55 or something like that. You can let me know down in the comments the exact day if you guys have made it up to this point. I would give somebody the whole loaf instead of a single piece of bread, or just a cracker. Like, I would give them everything. And I'm starting to see I don't have to give, like, just give them enough. Like, focus on one thing, one solution, one problem, solve that problem. So, like, today, the problem that they were solving was how to get more clients while talking on stage. That was it. And I've tried to overcomplicate it, and when I was listening to other people talk too, it was like, okay, I don't know. They are also kind of overcomplicating it. So, keep it simple. Have one avatar, one product or service until you hit 1 million. And that's it. Reach out to other people. Do the marketing on, say, other people's podcasts. Do your own podcast. Create that. The video editing, if you create a video or you want to come up with a video, by all means, do that as well. Just stay focused. Just stay focused, my boy. It'll work. It's all going to work. It's all coming together. It's all coming together. Like today, you wanted ice cream. And what did we get? We got ice cream. And then you were going to go get McDonald's for lunch because it was cheap. You go on your phone, what's the first video? McDonald's. And I know you guys, there's no better way to say that. And if you get this and you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying. And if not, then that's okay. The ideas I'm still flushing out. Well, to a certain extent. So I'll probably talk about this more tomorrow after I process it and after I sleep on it. I was a little tired after lunch today. I just finished dinner. Still a bit hungry, but I think that's about it for me. Yeah, use stages. Because that was one other thing. I can have all the roads. So I can have the podcast. I can have the YouTube videos. I can have the funnels. Just if I don't have traffic. And that's why, it's crazy. A couple months ago, I was sitting in traffic. And I changed my perspective of traffic of like, oh, I hate traffic. Oh, this is terrible. I was like, you know what? I love sitting in traffic. It's the best. I absolutely love sitting in traffic. And now I get it, because traffic is how a business grows. Traffic is how you get clients. When you have traffic, it's a good thing because you have a service that people want so heavily, and you don't have, and it's hard for you to process all of them, and that's why there is traffic that's backing you up. You want to have traffic. If there's no traffic, there's no money. If there's no money, there's no business. If there's no business,